Hello, friend.
Hi.
No.
Hi, hi.
Hello.
Hello. Let's begin our class today. Our last class. We have to check a homework, which is in the workbook, page 40. So let's go to the workbook, page 40, grammar exercise number 2, and let's check the answers. Page number 40. My God. Grammar exercise number 2. Where is it? Here. Read what these people said and then complete the reported sentences using the verb from the box below in the past tense. And the verbs are advise, announce, complain, deny, doubt, inquire, urge, and warn. Now, these are the elements. So let's see how you did the homework, how difficult or how easy it was for you. Let's begin with number 2, because number 1 is example. You can see that it has the answer and everything. Number 2 is, are there any job vacancy in the company? The man, and now you have to select one of the verbs, advise, complain, deny, etc. One of these verbs in past to report the speech. Are there any job vacancies in the company? The man what?
The man inquired if there were any job in that company.
Yes, the man inquired if there were any job vacancy in the company. Yes, that is correct. 3, we are being given far too much work. The students what? You begin with the students. What do you think is the verb, the adequate verb for the
Complain.
complain?
The students complained they were being given far too much work.
Excellent. Yes, my friend, that's the answer. Correct. 4, don't eat a large meal before going before going for a run. The fitness instructor
warned his trainees not to eat a large meal before going for a run.
Yes, perfect. 5, I didn't tell Frankie the news. Joe
Joe denied
yes,
telling. Sorry, I'm lost. Telling Frankie the news.
yes. There are other possibilities, but this is very good. This is very good answer. If you have anything different, maybe your answer is right also.
Yes,
Yes,
I
can you?
have Joe denied having told Frankie the news.
Yes, correct. Acceptable too, yes.
Thank you.
Other is possible Joe denied that he had told Frankie the news.
Yes, acceptable too, yes. Very good. 6, if I were you, I would ring Lori before you turn up. And you begin, Rachel.
Rachel advised to ring Lori before they turned up.
Rachel advised them
Before they turn up.
Rachel advised them before. No, you are missing something. Rachel advised them to ring Lori You cannot eliminate that part. Rachel
Okay.
advised them to ring Lori before, before they turned up or before turning up, etc. 7. Recycle as much paper as you can. The company what?
The company urged its employees to recycle as much paper as they can.
As they could.
Yes,
Yes,
they could.
they could. Very good, very good. The company urged its employees to recycle as much paper as they could. And now number 9. Sorry, number 8. I don't think Ruth is telling the truth. Jamie. Jamie what?
Sorry, I think they are asking you to repeat number 6.
I'm sorry, I'm not watching the chat. Sorry. Let me have a look to the chat. Thank you very much, Javi. Let me see the chat. Aha. Anna Reja, sorry, friend. I didn't see it. Number 6 is Rachel advised them to ring Glory before, and then you have 2 options. Before they turned up or before turning up. This is the answer, Anita. And what about 8? You're welcome, friend. What about 8? I don't think Ruth is telling the truth. Jamie. Jamie what?
Doubted that Ruth was telling the truth.
Excellent. Yes, perfect. Exactly that. Now let's go to page 91 in the student's book. Page 91, student's book, reading and use of English. Exercise 6. Now do the exam task. For question 1 to 4, choose from the extracts A to D. The extracts may be chosen more than once. Which writer shares writers, C's, yes, that is. Which writer shares writer C's view of the social value of reality TV? What do you think is the letter in number 1?
B.
B for you and the rest of the students. Do you agree with B?
Yes,
B.
Yes, B is perfect. B is the correct answer. Now, which writer expresses a different view from the others about the popularity of reality television? In number 2, the letter is?
A.
I couldn't hear.
Letter A.
A, yes. A is the correct answer. Perfect. So in number 1 is B, in number 2 is A. Now, which writer takes a similar view to B about the way participants are controlled in reality TV shows?
D.
D is correct. Yes, yes. Now the final one. Which writer expresses a different opinion from the others about the authenticity of what? Of reality TV shows? What do you think is the answer in number 4?
B.
B, yes, yes. So the answers, my friends, are in number 1, B, in number 2, A, in number 3, D, and in number 4, letter B. And that was the homework. Unit number 8. To finish unit number 8, there is something pending, which is on page page 95. So let's go to page 95. Vocabulary and grammar review of unit number 8. Here we are going to make a summary of everything we studied in the unit, beginning with the vocabulary. Complete these words to match the definitions. And it says, number 1, for example, ex blah blah blah, a noun, is someone who used to work in politics. This person is not in politics nowadays. He was or she was in politics in the past. So the name is ex
Politician.
Politician.
Yes, ex-politician. Friends, let's do exercise 1, only exercise 1. When you finish, tell me to analyze the answers. Vocabulary exercise 1, page 95. Very good. Some students finished. Okay, very good. So you know, friends, you know that in number 2, the verb, because in number 1 it was a noun, ex-politician, but in number 2 is a verb. What is the verb? Who knows?
Mistrust.
Mistrust. Yes, yes, very good. Mistrust is to have doubts about someone's honesty. And in number 3 is an adjective.
Illegal?
Yes, illegal. It is
illegal.
Yes, illegal, against the law. And number 4 is a verb.
Disappear.
Yes, disappear with double P. Very good. Become invisible. 5.
Autobiography.
Yes, yes, good. Autobiography. A life story written by the person, him or herself. And number 6 is a noun.
Reclamation.
Correct. Yes, reclamation. The act of claiming something back. Reclamation. And in number 7
Prejudge.
Yes, prejudge. Prejudge
Prejudge.
is to have an opinion before knowing all the facts. This is a defect that many people have, to be constantly prejudging. Now in 8, a verb.
Destabilize.
Yes, Patri, destabilize, make unstable. And now exercise number 2, have a look. Complete the table with the related words. In some cases, there is more than one possible answer. For example, ethics, a noun. The adjective of ethics is ethical, but it can be the opposite, unethical. That is the work that you have to do in this part of the exercise. So ethics, the adjectives are ethical and unethical. What about entertain? What about cooperate? What about production, consider, and creative? Let's work on this. This is an exercise to be done with dictionaries, you know. I am working with my dictionary here. Good, very good. This is one of these exercises that require time because you have to work a lot with the dictionary. In number two, entertain is a verb, to entertain people, and the noun is entertainment. But the person who is dedicated to entertain people, the name of that person is entertainer, and this is another noun. Entertainment, entertainer. And the adjective is with ing, entertaining. So in number two, you have three words you can use. As noun, entertainment or entertainer, and as adjective, entertaining. I hope you coincide with me. Cooperate in number three is a verb. What is the corresponding noun? Patrick, do you know?
Cooperation.
Yes, friend. And the adjective?
Cooperative.
Yes. We say cooperative person. Yes.
Then cooperation also is the
No,
pronunciation.
no, you see how strange. Yes, the noun is cooperation, but adjective is cooperative. In number four, production is a noun, and the verb is, what about this? Who knows? What is the verb from production, my friends?
Produce.
Produce, yes, yes. And the adjective?
Productive.
Productive, yes.
Unproductive.
Yes. And in the exam, imagine that you need the opposite, is unproductive, UN. Unproductive is the opposite. Now, five is consider. It is a verb, consider. And the noun?
It's consideration.
Yes, Javi, correct, consideration. And the adjective is considerate. Considerate, a considerate person. The opposite of considerate is inconsiderate person. Creative is an adjective. And the verb is?
Create.
Yes.
Yes, create. And the noun?
Creativity.
Well, why not? Yes, creativity is a noun, correct?
Creation.
Creation is the noun that I was expecting. Yes, creation. And the person who creates is the creator. Very good. And now, grammar exercise. Rewrite the following quotes in reported speech. You mustn't tell anyone what you've seen. Roland talking to Joanna, right? Rewrite the following quotes in reported speech. So you have to report that. You have to say, Roland, for example, told Joanna, what else? That she, no, because Joanna is a girl, that she mustn't tell anyone. And now you have present perfect, past perfect, what she had seen. I repeat, number one, as a manner of example. You mustn't tell anyone what you've seen. Roland to Joanna. So Roland told Joanna that she mustn't tell anyone what she has seen. Continue with the other. They are only five, but I did number one, so they are only four. Report the speech, the big tragedy. Ana Huerta finished. Very good. Patri finished. Very good. Marta finished. Natalie finished. So I think we can check this exercise. In number 2, it says, she asked, sorry, no. In number 2 says, it was a surprise seeing Tom last week. I hadn't seen him since we were at school together. Claire. So Claire said,
Claire said it was a surprise seeing Tom the week before. She hadn't seen him since they were at school.
yes. You can also use past perfect, you know. You can use past perfect, like Claire said, it had been a surprise seeing Tom the previous week. She said
Okay, yes.
she hadn't seen him since they had been at the school together. It is possible to know, but I want you to know, Javi, that in some occasions your answer is acceptable, right?
Okay.
But I prefer using, when the sentence was in past simple, I prefer using past perfect in order to avoid confusion with Cambridge.
Okay.
Now, number 3, shall I do the shopping this afternoon? Ben to Jerry. Ben asked Jerry,
Ben asked Jerry if he should do the shopping that afternoon.
yes, very good. Ben asked Jerry if he should do the shopping that afternoon. Yes. Number 4, you must stop smoking if you want to get rid of your cough. The doctor told me.
The doctor advised me that I must stop smoking if I wanted to get rid of my coat.
Yes, but you can use had to because the past of must is had to, you know? So the majority of the times we use had to. The doctor told me that I had to stop smoking if I wanted to get rid of my cough.
Okay.
Good.
Thank
5. You're welcome, my friend. 5. How many languages can you speak? Bogdan to me. Bogdan asked me.
Bogdan asked me how many languages I could speak.
Yes. Very good, my friend. Now let's go to exercise number 4. Rewrite the following as direct quotes. You have the reported speech. For example, the police officer wanted to know what I was doing out so late. And now you have to write exactly the words of the police. The exact words could have been, what are you going? No. Yes, what are you doing now so late? I think this is the exact words. And that is what you have to do. Using quotation, usando comillas, what are you doing out so late? Continue with the other exercise. They are 5 in total. Very good. So I repeat the answer for number 1. What are you doing out so late? This is the real question. And in number 2, she asked if I had any plans for the following evening. What was the real question?
Do you have any plan for tomorrow evening?
Exactly, yes. Do you have any plans for tomorrow evening? A British would say, have you got any plans for tomorrow evening? 3. I said that, yes, I said that was the worst program I'd ever seen.
It is the worst program I have ever seen.
Yes, it is the worst program I've ever seen, or this is the worst program I've ever seen. Correct. 4. I promised I'd phone her as soon as I got home.
I'll phone her as soon as I get home.
Yes, yes. I'll phone you, not her. I'll phone you as soon as I get home. It was the promise. I'll phone you. Now, 5. Jerry said he hoped he'd been going there the following day. And how? What were the real words? I hope.
I hope I'll be going there tomorrow.
Correct, Javi. Very good. I hope I'll be going there tomorrow. The final exercise in this practice is exercise 5, which is typical of the exam. Complete the second sentence so that it has a similar meaning to the first sentence using the word given. Don't change the word given. You must use between 3 and 6 words, including the word given, similar to the exam. Let's see if you can do it. Take your time, but as soon as you finish, send me a little message for me to check it. I know, finished. Very good. Very good, friends. Martha finished also. Martha, Natalie, Anna, Huerta, Ainhoa. Let's check the answers, friends. Maria said, I'll never do that again. Promised. Maria promised never. Never. The solution. Maria promised never to do that again.
Promised that she would never.
Yes, yes, this is the other option.
Okay.
Maria promised that she would never do that again. Acceptable too, yes, very good. 2, I think you should apply for this job. Alexei said to me. Advice. Alexei
Advise me to apply for that job.
excellent. Yes, yes. Alexei advised me to apply for that job. 3, Simon said, have you ever thought of starting your own business? And you have to use asked. Simon
Ask
Simon,
me. Sorry. Come on, Anna.
okay. Simon asked if I had ever thought of starting my own business.
Yes, yes, very good. You can say Simon asked or Simon asked me, acceptable too. Yes, let's meet tomorrow, said, oh my God, Svelana. What name is that? Svelana. Suggested. Svelana, what?
Suggested meeting the following day.
Yes, very good, friend. Svelana suggested meeting the following day. 5. Don't drink if you are driving, the police officer said to the motorist. And you have to use warned. The police officer
Warned the motorist not to drink if he was driving.
excellent. Yes, yes, perfect. 6. Tom and Alexis said, we are getting married in May. Announced. Tom and Alexis
announced that they were
getting married in May.
Yes, very good, my friend. Correct.
Jerry,
Yes?
In number 4, it's possible Zlana suggested us to meet the following day instead of suggested meeting.
Suggested us
to meet
the following day. Yes, yes,
okay.
Yes.
Thank you.
You're welcome, Ivan. Well, friends, very good. We finished with this part of the lesson, and now we have to begin unit number 9, page 96. Let's go to page 96 in your books. What is this? Wait a second. Page. Unit number 9 at top speed. Working in pairs. Well, impossible because we are isolated. Work alone. Discuss these questions. Each of these photos show a situation where speed is important. Why is speed important in each case? For example, in the picture of the students taking an examination. Why do you think that speed is important? And analyze this question. Why is speed important in this picture of the students taking an examination?
I think that it is important because you have to complete all the questions so as to get the highest score.
Exactly that, yes. There is a limited time for finishing the exam. And if you don't finish in that period of time, you don't pass. Or maybe you pass, but with very low marks. So controlling the time, the speed of the exam is very important for the student. Remember, when we are taking the speaking exam, remember that it is only 2 minutes and you have to be controlling your time. So speed is important in exams. There is another picture in which you can see a waiter with a lot of dishes in his hands. Is speed important in restaurants? Yes. What is your opinion about this? Do you consider that speed is essential in a restaurant?
Yes, I think it's perhaps the most important quality because clients will have a better opinion of the restaurant, and so we'll speak to other potential clients, and the service is in general better than other services where waiters are not such fast when working.
Yes, yes. People nowadays are always in a hurry, you know? They want to go to have lunch and finish in 10 minutes. That's why the existence of the fast food restaurant. The creation of the fast food restaurant was because people were always in a hurry. They wanted to go to a restaurant, have a lunch, and finish in 15 minutes. And this is impossible in a regular restaurant. That's why people invented the fast food restaurant. People are always in a hurry. I don't know why. Oh, yes, I know why. I know why. It's because the life we are living. Yes. In the other picture, you can see a train. Yes, like el AVE here in Spain is a fast train. Is it important that trains can be very fast or not? Imagine that you need to go to Valencia or you need to go to Barcelona because you have to do some things there, business or maybe studies, or you want to meet someone. Is velocity or speed important? Is speed important for all of you? For example, when you buy a car, is it important that your car be very fast or not?
Well, maybe in a car I prefer, or in other transport, I prefer safety than speed.
Yes.
But when you are traveling, I think that you take the decision of traveling near your house or in a to a far place, depending on the time you have and the speed and the time you need to go to that place. So I
Yes.
think it's very important. Not the most important thing, but very
But
important.
it is important. Yes, yes, yes. And what about the firefighters? Final picture, the firefighter. Is it important that they get to the places rapidly or not?
Yes, I think that they have to be fast because maybe there are people at risk, and if they depend on their help.
Yes, yes. Imagine that lives of people depend on how fast they get to the fireplace, right? So they have to be fast to suffocate the flames. But not always, I want you to know, not always it is so important the speed. As you said before, as the girl said before, sometimes safety is more important than speed. Comfort can be sometimes more important than speed. People buy very fast cars nowadays. I don't know why, because there are speed limits in the cities. So you cannot go like mad people flying in the on the road because you will receive a fine. But anyway, we in modern life people are always in a hurry. We are always in a hurry. We have a listening dedicated to this. This listening is, well, here, listening part 1. You will hear 3 extracts where people talk about speed. Extract 1 is about trains in the 19th century. Before you listen, how do you think the invention of trains changed the way people lived? Do you really think that trains change the way people lived? Or maybe you think it's not so important? What's your opinion about this?
I think it changed all, not only because of the transport of the young persons, but because of the transport of materials or transport of products, something like that. Transport in general, more than transport of people, because it was not easy for all people to travel by train. Perhaps the most important thing was the commercial impact of this new media.
Yes.
I think perhaps.
Yes, I agree with you. They say that the trains were a revolution in all the world. The train was a product of the Industrial Revolution, and many people consider that civilization would have remained in the past without the help of a train. Because you can imagine in the past how difficult it was to transport people and things from one place to another, except that you were near the sea. In that case, people use the ships and the boats. But England, the name is England, people used horses. Imagine that, horses to move from one place to another. So when men finally invented the train, it was incredible revolution. And in some part of the countries where nobody visited, the train passed, and with the train came the industry, the commerce, the tourism, and everything. So train is considered to be a very revolutionary element in history of man. That is the reality. I want you to read, friends, number 2. I'm sorry, my God. Wait a second. I got lost. My God. One day, yes, here. I want you to read extract 1 just in case that you find 1 or 2 words that are new for you, and then we will listen to this. Read it and use your translators, please. Are you ready, friends?
Yes.
Well, let's see if you can listen to this, because I was trying to send you the audio, but I don't know why it doesn't allow me to send it. So let's see if you can listen to it. Pay attention. Nothing. Wait a second. My God.
19th century society, didn't it? Unit 9. Listening, part 1. Exercise 2. Extract 1. Yes, well, of course, when the steam train was invented, it completely changed 19th century society, didn't it?
Yes, it was a tremendous change. People's entire worldview underwent a profound transformation. There were things we find laughable today, such as the fear that the vibration would shatter passengers' skeletons. And over the next 100 years, railways had a radical impact on the countryside, making it possible to live there and commute to work in cities. Outlying villages, which had been quiet, sleepy places before trains arrived, became busy suburbs.
That's right. And humans underwent a sudden evolution from being comparatively slow and clumsy to becoming the fastest living creatures. This had a subtle but distinct effect in the following years on the way people regarded their place in the world. They began to believe they were no longer totally at the mercy of natural events, but that they were somehow above them and could take action to harness these phenomena. I doubt if any other invention has had such a profound influence on the human psyche. 19th century literature and art's full of it.
And early steam trains were to blame for some quite horrific accidents.
Yes, well, of course, when the steam train was invented, it completely changed 19th century society, didn't it?
Yes, it was a tremendous change. People's entire worldview underwent a profound transformation. There were things we find laughable today, such as the fear that the vibration would shatter passengers' skeletons. And over the next 100 years, railways had a radical impact on the countryside, making it possible to live there and commute to work in cities. Outlying villages, which had been quiet, sleepy places before trains arrived, became busy suburbs.
That's right. And humans underwent a sudden evolution from being comparatively slow and clumsy to becoming the fastest living creatures. This had a subtle but distinct effect in the following years on the way people regarded their place in the world. They began to believe they were no longer totally at the mercy of natural events, but that they were somehow above them and could take action to harness these phenomena. I doubt if any other invention has had such a profound influence on the human psyche. 19th century literature and art's full of it.
And early steam trains were to blame for some quite horrific accidents.
Were you able to listen to it? I was trying to send you the audio, but maybe it was too heavy and I couldn't do it.
Yes, for me it was okay.
Very good. Thank you. Thank you, friend.
It was okay, yes.
Very good. Well, can you answer some of the questions? For example, number 1, according to the women, people in the early 19th century were concerned about how rail travel would affect the landscape, the human body, or their way of life. A, B, or C, opinions.
B.
B, the human body. Do you agree, friends?
I think it's C.
Their way of life.
C.
C, it was letter B. Because the train really changed their way of life. Definitely. The invention of the train changed the life of everybody. But what people were afraid of is that how fast the train was, And imagine that that train was, the first train. So imagine how fast it could be, not much. But they were afraid that maybe they can shatter the skeleton of people, imagine. So the human body, letter B, is the adequate answer. And in number two, according to the man, how did the rail travel change people's attitude to the natural world? They felt they could dominate it, they understood their need to be part of it, or they became more interested in painting it.
I think it's letter A.
Yes, Javi, correct. It is letter A. So in number one is letter B, and in number two is letter A. They felt they could dominate nature. Let's go to the second part. Number 4 on page 97. Observe number 4. In extra 2, you will hear two people discussing the limits to human ability in Olympic sports. Before you listen, do you think athletes will continue to break records, or is there a limit to their improvement? We are not specialists in that, so your answers are just your opinion, like mine, for example. What do you think of that? Will athletes continue breaking records all the time?
Listening.
Opinions about this? Well, let me tell you that my opinion, right? I don't know. I repeat, I'm not an specialist. I have not studied this. But I think that every day is more difficult to break a record. Because I think that there are limits in the human capacity. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. But it is true that every day people are inventing new shoes and new clothes and new techniques that help athletes to be better and better and better each day. So I don't know if there will be a limit for all the records one day in the future or not. What do you think of that, friends?
I think that it's difficult to get a new record, but it is true that our lifestyle is changing every day. So maybe those changes will help to make new records or different kinds of, I don't know, or to do it different at least.
Yes, yes, I agree with you. That's my opinion too. Every day, scientists and are creating new materials that make people to run faster or swim faster or jump higher. So maybe there we will still see some athletes breaking records in the future, but I think it's difficult. Every day is more difficult. Friends, observe exercise 5. Now listen to extract 2 for question 3 and 4, 3 and 4. Choose the answer A, B, or C, which fits best. But I'm going to give you a minute for you to read extract 2, part 3, 4, and then when you are ready, I begin with the listening, right? So read it, and if you need to use your dictionaries, do it. Let's begin with the listening.
Unit 9. Listening, Part 1. Exercise 5. Extract 2.
Do you think people will lose interest in Olympic events when athletes no longer break records?
Well, they're only just managing to now. Previously, when they broke records, their feats were often mind-blowing. Take Bob Beamon's long jump record in 1968. 55 centimeters longer than the previous record. I can't imagine anyone making such a difference nowadays.
Yeah, but there'll always be some individuals who manage to grab the headlines.
Maybe, but they'll be relatively few and far between. And newspapers and TV will always blow them out of proportion when they occur because they need a sensation.
Well, I think breaking a record even by a millisecond is a sensation.
But I guess we're getting close to the limits of human ability now.
Maybe. The key change occurred when top sports people stopped being amateurs and devoted themselves full-time to their sport, not to mention new technologies which affected shoe or track design. Perhaps the next big step could be to modify human genes to produce better athletes.
Yeah, that used to sound like science fiction, didn't it? But if they can do it to rats, they'll soon be able to do it to humans too.
Ha! Rat Olympics! Do you think people will lose interest in Olympic events when athletes no longer break records?
Well, they're only just managing to now. Previously, when they broke records, their feats were often mind-blowing. Take Bob Beamon's long jump record in 1968. 55 centimeters longer than the previous record. I can't imagine anyone making such a difference nowadays.
Yeah, but there'll always be some individuals who manage to grab the headlines.
Maybe, but they'll be relatively few and far between. And newspapers and TV will always blow them out of proportion when they occur because they need a sensation.
Well, I think breaking a record even by a millisecond is a sensation.
But I guess we're getting close to the limits of human ability now.
Maybe. The key change occurred when top sports people stopped being amateurs and devoted themselves full-time to their sport, not to mention new technologies which affected shoe or track design. Perhaps the next big step could be to modify human genes to produce better athletes.
Yeah, that used to sound like science fiction, didn't it? But if they can do it to rats, they'll soon be able to do it to humans too.
Ha! Rat Olympics!
Good. Do you need the repetition or is that enough?
It's good for me, I think.
Thank you, Javi. Well, let's check the answers then. It says, you hear two people discussing the future of Olympic sports. The man says that in future, new Olympic records will A, improve only slightly on previous records, B, become increasingly frequent as athletes improve, or C, attract less attention from the news media. Options, opinions.
A?
A, different opinions? Nobody else? Okay, A is the correct answer. Yes, number 3 is letter A. Number 4, the two speakers agree about A, the effect of professionalism on sporting achievement, B, the need for more specialized sports equipment, and C, the prospects for genetic engineering in sports. What do you think is the answer, A, B, or C?
I think it's C in this case.
For Javi, it's letter C. And for the other people? Do you agree with Javi?
I think it's B.
B, the need for more specialized sports equipment. No more answers? Well, Javi was right, my friends. It's letter C, the prospect for genetic engineering in sports is the only way, according to these people, right? It's the only way of continuing breaking records, to work on the engineering, the genetic engineering of the athletes. But imagine the result or the consequences of that. And we are going to finish here. We are going to stop our class here. I sent the homework by WhatsApp. I don't know if you receive it or not. Can you check it a minute?
And the extract 3?
Yes, it is grammar. No, the homework is grammar exercises
No,
1A.
I mean listening part 3. We are going to do it the next day.
Yes, we are going to continue with the listening next class.
Okay.
But the homework is in the workbook, page 44, grammar exercises 1A and 1B. Okay?
Yes, I have it.
I have it too.
Thank you. Thank you very much, friends. Have a beautiful weekend, because I don't see you again until next week. So be nice. Please stay home. Try to look after yourselves with these conditions we are living. And don't get sick, my friends, right? Bye-bye.
Okay, Terry.
Bye.
Bye, friends. Thank
Bye.
you. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye.